It's time for Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal, and welcome to week 5 of the Record Journal Spring Athletes of the Week. We are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after burning the midnight oil in the midnight hour last night. Here's Aaron over at my house. We're shooting first thing in the morning, right, Aaron? Sun's barely up, and we're back at it to bring you our week 5 set of nominees. And hey, back in the first week, we mentioned how in the spring, we were sticking with our 6-athlete format, but we weren't going to get hung up on 3 boys, 3 girls. Turns out we were doing that. But this week, man, we got 4 boys and 2 girls. That's just how it works out because we have a real good slate. We got the right 6, don't we, Aaron? We've got the right 6, and it just so happens it's 4 boys and 2 girls. But what that means is with the voting, same deal. You go online, you pick your 2 favorites. Could be 2 girls, could be both the girls, could be 2 boys. Top 2 vote getters, regardless of gender, will be our week 5 winners. So who are our candidates? Let's get at it. Let's not waste another second. We're going to go with the girls first because we are gentlemen. And both our girls nominees this week happen to be tennis players. And they both happen to be number 1 singles tennis players. And they're very instrumental in their teams finishing up the season very, very strong. We're going to start down in Wallingford, Lyman Hall High School. This girl was an All-RJ selection 2 years ago as a sophomore. She's back as Lyman Hall's number 1 singles player. She is Miss Olivia Vigilanti. And Olivia, 3 wins in 3 days last week, led the Titans to 3 wins in 3 days last week. They finish up their season 9-7. Olivia had 8 wins on the season. Good player for Coach Samantha Provenzano, one of my favorite coaches. And her number 1 singles player, Olivia Vigilanti, girls nominee number 1 here in week 5. Our second nominee, she plays over on the east side of Meriden. Of course, she is Miss Samantha Peruccio. Good one for Coach Tim Swigard. And you know what? We had her on the radar screen. She was winning matches last week. Tough, gritty player. Hey, if one of her matches goes 3 sets, she's going to win it. She's got 10 wins on the season. 4 of them have been in 3 sets. And whenever her matches have gone 3 sets, she's won them. So that tells a lot to you about Miss Peruccio. And here's the thing with the Spartans now. They're 11-4, and on Monday, they beat Berlin. Nice win over Berlin, 6-1. And Berlin has been a nemesis for Maloney. Kind of kept him from winning the CCC South title a couple years in 2016 and 2019. Well, with the win over Berlin on Monday, Coach Tim Swigard's team is in position to win the CCC South, and that would be a first for Maloney girls tennis since 1989. Miss Samantha Peruccio, big part of that. Congratulations to you, dear. You are girls nominee number 2 here in week 5. And our boys slated candidates here in week 5. We got the big 4, the Grand Slam. We like them. We had them on the radar screen at the end of the week, and then a Monday rolled around, and hey, more good stuff from these guys. First, we're going to start down in Wallingford with this gentleman from Sheehan High School. Sheehan High School track and field. He is Mr. Paul Burkett, junior captain. And we've been following this guy all year, and he really did, he's been doing it all year. In fact, 13 individual wins, part of 6 winning relays. And in last Wednesday's rivalry meet with Lyman Hall, 3 individual wins, 200, 400, long jump. And he ran a leg on the winning 4x4. He's a good one. And again, he's one of these guys who, in the junior class, we've had some big juniors stepping forward this year. And we've never really seen them before because 2 years ago, of course, they were just freshmen. Here's a guy, though, Paul Burkett. And against Lyman Hall, ran a 23-1 in the 200. That was a personal best. Long jump, he hit 19.4, personal best. We were waiting to see what Paul did on Monday in the SEC sectional, but the meet started and then started to rain, and they have to come back again on Wednesday, which is today, as you're now watching. So we'll see what Paul does in his big events, especially the 2 and in the long jump. For now, Paul Burkett, congratulations to you. You are boys nominee number 1 here in week 5. And Aaron, before we move on, got to take a little coffee break here before we get too far ahead of ourselves, because it is a fine May morning. And let's get on with our fine May athletes. We're going to go from here over to Southington High School. Terrific baseball season over there for the Blue Knights. They're 15-1. They bounced back from that no-hitter against Frank Mazzucato to beat Glastonbury, Farmington, and Wolcott on this past Monday. One common denominator in those wins, a home run by this guy, Mr. Jack McManus, the Jack of Clubs, Jack McManus. The dude has got 6 home runs on the season. He is batting .440. Mr. Steve Daniels updated his stats last night for me because Mr. Steve Daniels works in the midnight hour too. Jack McManus, home run against Glastonbury, home run against Farmington, 2 against Woking. Fine season, and he's a thumper on a team of thumpers. Congratulations to you, Jack McManus, boys nominee number 2 in Week 5. Third nominee, down in Cheshire High School, in the midst of a strong boys volleyball season. They've won 12 in a row. They are 13-1. Coach Subavone's got another good one going. And who makes it go? Right here, the senior setter, Mr. Tim Nugent. I was going to say Tim Cat Scratch Fever Nugent, but man, I'll tell you what, he's got the touch. He has got the touch with his sets. Dig this, against Amity last Monday, 50 assists. The big 5-0, Hawaii 5-0 for Mr. Tim Nugent. And the amazing thing about that is, 50 is just a staggering number. And you'd say, well, yeah, the thing probably went like 5 games and there were like 50 points scored in each game. No, the match only went 4 games. 4 games, 50 assists for Tim Nugent. That's putting the ball on the money for his hitters. He came back with 31 assists against Shelton on Thursday and 35 against Han on Monday night. That was the 12th win in a row at that time for Cheshire. They played Xavier on Tuesday. My money is on them stretching their winning streak to 13, and they are a true, legit contender for the Class M state title. We'll see what happens. Tim Nugent, boys nominee number 3 here in Week 5. Our final nominee was truly picked in the midnight hour, and it's funny because, you know what, when I say he's been on the radar screen, it seems like I say that about a lot of guys, but this is really true because I want you to take a look at a picture of boys nominee number 4, and it is from Platte Baseball, Mr. Ami Velez. There he is. Boop. Now take a look at Ami. When was that picture taken? Look what he's wearing under his hat there. Yeah, back in early April. Do you remember taking Ami's picture? Yeah, look what he's wearing, man. Some frigid day back in early April. And we've been watching the junior left-hander all year. He's a good one for Coach Brian McCarty. And, you know, he's a good one whether the Panthers win or lose. The dude is a gamer, kind of guy I would want to have on my team. Last Monday against New Britain, he doubled and scored the go-ahead run. A couple days later against Bristol Eastern, it was a loss, but Ami went 6 innings on the hill. And he had an RBI double and an RBI single. Platte came back, and on Monday, they qualified for the state tournament with a win over Enfield. Nice win, 4-3. Ami Velez, 3 for 3 in that game. Ami Velez, the gamer for the Platte Panthers. You are the 4th and final boys nominee here in Week 5. Hey, and on that note, I'm going to truly enjoy my coffee break here. Aaron, I'll get you one too, brother, once we're done shooting. As for you folks, time for you to go online to myrecordjournal.com/sports to vote between now and Sunday for our Week 5 slate of candidates. Remember, you can vote for 2 boys, 2 girls, 1 of each. Do what you want. Top 2 vote getters will be the winners. All right, hey, we're almost to the postseason, folks, and it's going to be a good one. We've got some teams doing seriously good stuff this spring, and we're just so excited, so relieved to be back. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal. My best to my man Aaron Flom, who's got a coffee on the way. My man Shawnee Kid Crofsix, our stringers, coaches, ADs, everyone who makes it go, and especially you, the kids. We love watching you guys play. Till next week, I'm Brian Carpenter. Be good.